Hey VC, vinyl community, it's Trevor back with another Flat Round and Spun, here to do a reply to what seems to be an unintentional thread that is just gone like wildfire. This is started by our good friend Chris Profi, the one who's musically obsessed. He started this thread by asking, well, he didn't ask, we're all just kind of doing it, showing off our 5 favorite instrumentals. Now, I waited a long time on this, so I'm trying to do picks that haven't already been picked yet. So this was a little bit tough, but that's the price you pay for procrastination. And that's me. Ask my wife. So I'm going to start with something that Josh from the Flip Side with JC will appreciate. That is the opening track for Sam Hain, November Coming Fire. The track is Diabolos 88. Don't know why he called it with 88, because this came out in 86. He must have been prophetic, but the only thing that was going on in 88 was Danzig happening. So I don't know, but it's a great track. Dark, just a chugging guitar in there. The drums have a very 80s sounding big, reverb drumming sound, which doesn't sound like that on the rest of the album. Lots of deep chimes in there and just giving it a dark gothy feeling. So great way to set up the album. So Diabolos 88 from Sam Hain. Next, another one that's this might, to me, it's an instrumental. Some may not consider it, but I feel it's an instrumental because there's no lyrics to it. There is a recorded phone call conversation deep in the mix, but that is the closing track off of Ministry's The Mind is a Terrible Thing to Taste from 1989. This track is called Dream Song. Another one that has some, slow chimes in it. And like a dark piano in there, but it makes it very atmospheric. And it's got this, like I said, the recorded phone call conversation, or it's not even a conversation. It's just one-sided, this girl talking about a dream. And then there's like some choral samples in there, but it's a very cool atmospheric song. Great way to close out the album. One of my favorite albums of all time, Ministry. The Mind is a Terrible Thing to Taste. Speaking of 1989, one that is a true blue instrumental. This closes out the album, but on the CD, it actually has 2 more tracks on it. But that is from Faith No More, off of the album The Real Thing. The song is called Woodpecker from Mars. Very, very cool track. Probably one of my favorite tracks on the album. Starts off with keyboardist Roddy Bottom doing some kind of Arabic sounding melody lines on there and on the keys, and then it just crushes in with Mike Borden's drums, where he really focuses on the toms and just hard-hitting snare. Jim Martin's guitar is godlike on this track, just absolutely chugging. Love it, love it, love it. Probably this album is like my favorite work that Jim Martin did. But yeah, great song. Woodpecker from Mars off of The Real Thing from Faith No More. This one might be a cheat, but this is the intro to the title track. Very atmospheric, off of Black Sabbath Mob Rules. The track is called E5150 or 5150 if you want to look at it that way. And this is a few years before the Van Halen album. But yeah, just kind of a setup to the title track of Mob Rules. Again, another atmospheric track. Very evil sounding. I can't tell if what you hear is Tony Iommi's guitar or Geezer Butler's bass. I've never really looked into seeing what that sound is, but all I know is it's just really cool sounding and a really good setup to the title track. So that's Eve 5150 from Black Sabbath. And then finally, an all-instrumental album from my good friends in Voyager 3 off of the album Doom Fortress. The track is called In the Hands of the Computers. This entire album sounds like soundtrack music to an early 80s movie that never existed. Very keyboard driven, live drums and guitar. But kind of, as I described them, especially in these early days of these guys, kind of like a combination of John Carpenter with David Gilmour on guitar. So if you like those two, I would highly recommend Voyager 3. Great band. This is a great album. Actually, all their albums are great. But yeah, I would highly recommend Doom Fortress if you can find it, or you could stream it, check it out. So that's In the Hands of the Computers. And it sounds like, yeah, it's something like, you know, in the picture, like 2001 Space Odyssey, where, you know, hell takes over. It's kind of the same concept, at least in my head. So, Voyager 3. So, I will leave a link to Chris's video in the description, and you can check that out, and hopefully, if you don't know those songs, check them out. If you do know those songs, listen to them again. So, anyway, we will talk to you all later. See ya!